Well, I was a little worried there that Streamy was taking the day off, but it appears that he's working. Um, I hope that everybody is doing well today. It is Saturday, December 30th, the last Saturday of the year of 2023, and we are having a party tomorrow. I have already posted the link for tomorrow's live stream party. So make sure that you check it out and go like the video ahead of time, even if you're not planning on coming. Um, but it should begin tomorrow, 7:45 Pacific, which is 10:45 East, and we will ring in the New Year's East Coast, I guess Central and West Coast time. Um, we have a lot of fun things planned. Hi, Vicky. Thank you. We have a lot of fun things planned, including Smash or Pass 2023 Judicial Official Edition, as well as a few other fun games. Yay, Stephanie. So exciting. What is Mountain Time, Sashina? I don't know. We'll celebrate every New Year's between that time and when we're done. I'm bad with time zones. I'm terrible with time zones. Oh, I'm also terrible with making my shirt proper. Hi, Victoria B. 1 hour. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Also, I did receive a written request uh, from Mikey yesterday to give Sashina a bunch of points of his. I was able to complete part of that transfer. Uh, you guys are hilarious. Um, okay. Anyways, what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, we are gonna watch some court. The um, I'm trying to remember. We bought won't be on and celebrating a Swedish New Year. Johnny, when is that? Is that like in 6 hours or 12 hours? Um, is Victoria? Uh, what? How many hours is that, Johnny? 13 hours from now. No, probably not. What I'll be doing in 13 hours is frantically finishing all the touches for a North American New Year's. But I'll be thinking of you. I'll think of you. Hi, Courtney, baby. Um, we are going to try. I am going. We. I am going to try and do my hair girly for tomorrow. Ooh, that's gonna be so possibly bad. Um, so we'll see how that goes. Uh, what else? What's broken for you, Cellulite? Are those slot machines? I don't think it's broken. Streamy, okay. So Streamy and I were talking earlier today. And oh, guess God, that sounds delicious. Oh, I love it, Johnny. Um, no, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, Streamy and I. Oh yeah. So Streamy and I were talking today, Streamlabs, and turns out that I have gone live more than 96% of other Streamlabs users this year, and that's only on this account. They're not even counting the KCC 1.0, which I was live on every day too. I feel like I'm like literally in the top 5%, which is crazy. Either that says nobody uses Streamlabs or I'm consistent. I don't know what it certainly made me feel good for a couple minutes. Um, then it said that I only streamed like 116 times, and I think that's wrong. And a few other weird little things. What I want to do is add up all the hours that I was live this year and see how we do. Yeah, there you go. That worked, Cellulite. No, slots is working. You just did it. That's like when that isn't that exactly like when you are at your job and your computer fucks up. And so you finally, after trying like everything, you finally concede and call tech support. And as soon as tech support arrives, when you try and replicate the issue, it works. And you look like an idiot because not only did you not replicate the issue, but you look like you're just dumb. And I actually believe that tech support people have like a little clicker in their pocket that fixes things like that. And then they just fucking do that. You know what I mean? Because that would be the most satisfying thing to me. Um, just making people feel stupid. Hi, Hector. Beverly's here. Lisa Figalicious is here. Brian and Kimmy are here. Um, I mean, I've done tech support as well, so I understand, but it's just incredibly frustrating when you've really worked hard on something. Oh, Miss Carrie's here too. Hello, Miss Carrie. Um, when you've worked hard, like worked on something and then actually like it fixes itself spontaneously in front of other people and you're like, I swear to God. No, I swear to God it was broken. Okay? I'm not gonna tell. Someone who isn't me used to be pretty adept at breaking computers while they were working so they didn't have to work. Oops. Cass, you here? Thank you for listening. Um, we are going to go ahead and watch some court. Maybe that will coax Lisa's cat out. Also, maybe like put some tuna out. I don't know. Um, Cats are contrary. I've been called a kitten a number of times in my life. Meow. Okay. Like I said, we are gonna watch some court today. What court, you say? What court, Paisley? What court did you find for us to watch? Well, thank you for asking, first of all. Secondly, it was it's Clayton County. I wish that we were gonna watch Judge Dismissal Dan, but I could not find him today. But I do have two new judges for us to check out. So so the cat will be fine. The cat will come out. They always do. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just chill. Chill like these people. What a fucking group.
All right, we are now streaming live on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Today is December the 13th. I am Judge Kate Johnson, and I will be the magistrate court judge presiding over today's calendar. Now, if you are having problems hearing me, please let me know because I need to go over some things with you prior to starting the hearing. Um,
Yeah, Lisa, if they don't come out when they're hungry, they will take care of all the food in there and then come out when they're hungry. Again, I know it's difficult to think about, but I promise you they'll come out. Cats are like self-sufficient. Billy's here. Welcome. The madness is just beginning. Make sure that you've clocked in for your shift, guys, by hitting the like button. That's super duper helpful for me with YouTube Daddy. One of my goals next year is to have my family not roll their eyes when I say I'm a YouTuber. Um, so so liking videos helps me with that. Um, yeah, I like this judge's voice as well. Let's see what she says. Like I said, this is in Clayton County, Georgia. The bread and butter of the law tube land, Georgia. Don't stop in Fulton County. Hi, Jim.
Would be nice to turn my camera on. All right. So again, if you're having problems hearing me, please raise your hand and let me know because it's important that you understand the nature and purpose of today's proceedings. First, I am not here to try your case, take a plea, or have any legal discussions with you about the specifics of your case. The purpose of preliminary hearing is to inform you of the charges against you, advise you of certain rights, set bond on those offenses for which I am authorized to set bond, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. Now, you have the absolute right to remain silent, so please do not attempt to tell me any specifics about your case or any legal defense that you may have. As I stated earlier,
This looks like a motley crew of like, or a weird album cover. You know what I mean? Also, thank you, Doggy Deb, for saying that you like my voice. I have been, so there are some people that have met me in person that are here. Courtney's here. Courtney's met me in person. Um, I think that I am the same on camera and off, but apparently I do have a voice, an online, like a streaming voice, um, that I have that might differ slightly from my regular tone. And that voice bothers my family, the people that I live with. Who is that chick? You're always watching her on YouTube, Sashina. You know, what's funny is that I've had a few people explain that they know who, like, that their family members now recognize me or my voice or some part of whatever we do here. And that makes me proud. That's super happy. I just, I don't know. I just think it's funny. And Hector, I totally understand, like, family not really respect. I mean, I don't even want respect. I just want acknowledgement. Like they think y'all are fake. They think I sit here and talk to you all day. I'm like, come on, really? Anyways, let's continue on. They look scared. The girl in the middle looks scared. It looks like a crazy album cover. Someone's fire alarm's going off. Should you call the police? No, Bev. No. I would just, oh, if you start to smell smoke, then I would. But other than that, no. Because dear God, if my neighbors called the fire alarm every time or called the police every time I fucking set off a fire alarm, oh God, that would not be good. I would let it simmer for, oh, hopefully it's not a fire, but let it simmer for a minute. You guys are so sweet. What's funny is that I don't like listening to my own voice. My son calls me Perky, not Paisley. I like that actually. That's pretty good. Um, I I don't like watching back streams very often. Sometimes I do for certain things, especially like Cellulite Yoga Pants timestamps stuff. I'll go back and watch it, but um, I don't like sit and watch my streams very often after I've done them. It's actually why I don't like editing the videos because I don't really like hearing my self talk. But sometimes you have to do it. And recently I was pulling all of my audio out of a video, and it was just like, it was so difficult. I like seeing myself on TV. Oh, past, I absolutely like that part. And that's why it's a big part of me over there. But the voice part, but I'm like that with porn too. I don't even like listening to the audio in porn. I just mute it. I'm more of a mute girl, even though I talk all the time. I'm going to learn to edit next year, and the timestamps do help so much. Cellulite Yoga Pants, thank you so much. In fact, I've already begun learning because I edited the video that I made for our New Year's party tomorrow with all of our um, judges and officials on it that we are going to rank and say smash or pass.
Earlier, we are streaming live, and this hearing is also being recorded. So anything you say during this proceeding can and will be held against you in later proceedings. Now, during this and all proceedings, you have the following rights: the right to the presumption of innocence, to the innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your own behalf, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, to have an attorney represent you, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one may be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Also, if you are not a U.S. citizen, some charges may adversely affect your immigration status, so you will need to consult with an attorney. Now, some of you will be allowed to post what we call unrestricted bonds from the release for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case. These bonds may be posted in three ways: cash, commercial, or property bond. If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the bond in cash, together with any mandated fees to the sheriff.
Listen, if you fucking post a cash bond and you have somebody that can come down and deliver all that cash, mm, sus. That sounds sus to me. Lisa, short term, go buy a um well, okay, first of all, short term, just go buy like an inflatable thing that could do until you get your stuff. Like Cloud Illusions. But Bev, they live below you. The good news about that is that heat rises, so you're gonna feel the heat of a fire before, you know, before it gets there, usually. So you good. You're good.
Office who will hold it until your final court date, at which time your cash will be returned to the person who posted it. If you do not
Yeah, inflatable chair or like an inflatable couch or basically like camping items. Oh, I know, Hector, and that's why I'm saying it's a suspect thing to have somebody be able to show up at the courthouse or at the jail with all the cash for you. I'm sure that, like, I don't know if that's probable cause or not, but I just find it. I personally see when I was in the government, I tried to tell them all these ways of catching people by, and they were like, oh, we're not allowed to do that. That's sort of like entrapment, all these different ideas. But anyways, to me, I think that oh, like a beanbag chair. But if she's got a bad back, a beanbag chair might not be good. But I'm telling you right now, especially I bet in Georgia they have a lot of I bet there's hunting equipment that would be appropriate for sitting in long term that is easy to pack up and down. You know what I mean? Like chairs for sitting in like a blind, I think they call them. Is there a Cabela's near you or other place? Me too, Billy. It's why I don't work for the government anymore.
not have the full amount of the bond in cash, you could also use a commercial bonding company. The commercial bonding company will take up to 15% of the bond for their service, and this fee will not be returned to you. You may also have someone post a property bond so long as there's net equity in that property of at least 3 times the amount of your bond. For example, if I set a bond for $2,000, your property must have at least 6,000 in equity to qualify as a property bond. Now, each of you will have as a condition of your bond that you are not to violate any laws while you're out on bond. But some of you will have additional special conditions that will prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. If you have a no contact provision on your bond, this means that you must stay away from and have no contact with the victim. You may not call, text, email, write a letter to, or contact through any social media platform. You can't even do something nice for that person, such as sending them flowers or a nice song. And nice as this may appear, it would be a
Sorry, sending them flowers or what? What was the last thing? Because I really like these instructions. Inflatable furniture is totally a thing. Um, yeah, there's a $10,000 cash uh limit in terms of being reported to what's called FinTrack, or the financial tracking agency within the world. And most governments have an agreement with uh, FinTrack to relay that information. As a bank teller, I've filled out hundreds and hundreds of large cash transaction reports at, but here's the thing, right? The large cash transaction report is triggered automatically at the $10,000 mark. I promise you, FinTrack and the US government, Canadian government, all the governments have way too many of those reports to even action any of them. However, I will tell you that at um $9,999, when somebody comes in and brings that amount in, I don't fill out the large cash transaction report, but I go ahead and fill out the unusual transaction report, because it's quite obvious that you're trying to circumvent the $10,000 limit. So, in fact, it's actually, I would say, better to just have the large cash transaction report filled in, because it's just more standard, rather than draw attention by trying to like be below the threshold. And again, I this is back in the day. The limit number hasn't changed that much, but we'll remember that I did, I think, 8 to 9 months stint where I was watching a money laundering inquiry in the province that I live in, taking notes and sending them to the Attorney General for their review every day. And so I know a lot about money laundering and all of the weird sort of things that go on around that. Again, yeah, cash is you're allowed to have it. You just have to pay taxes on it, and you have to be have in Canada and the US, you don't have to have a source of funds necessarily unless an investigation begins. But in somewhere like Ireland, for example, Ireland has very, very strict source of funds laws. So for something even as small as $500, if your neighbor calls a hotline and says, "Hey, my neighbor's got a new trampoline in the backyard, and I know that it costs $700." Like, there's a government agency that's allowed to come out and demand proof of funds for where you purchased that. But not only where you purchased it, but where you got the the funds to purchase it. And Ireland readily admits that the reason they do this is to make it an uncomfortable environment for people laundering money or living off proceeds of crime, but that they recognize it doesn't deter people except for to live there. So they're just pushing the problem out, but it certainly works for where they are. The other thing that Ireland did very well in terms of anti-money laundering is they combined the agencies that deal with welfare, taxes, uh, money laundering. All of those are all in a joint office, and they work very well together instead of there being red tape everywhere like there are in a lot of other countries. And so, yeah, and they have hotlines for your neighbors to call in. If you have a new car that shows up, you need to show the proof of funds for that. You have no right to uh, have money that is not declared in the sense of like being a proven clean source of money. Now, if you go, yeah, I bought the trampoline with my money from my paycheck, and here's my paycheck that gets deposited into my bank account, then they'll leave you alone. But if you're like, well, I paid cash for that. Well, where'd you get the cash? Like they literally will follow it backwards all the way back. And again, those laws in Ireland were passed in the wake of a journalist being murdered in Ireland after she was reporting on organized crime. And the government recognized that they weren't able to get the person for the murder, but the financial crimes surrounding it, they were able to uh, very quickly pass something. I think it passed within like 4 to 6 weeks through the legislature, the source of funding rules. And Ireland now is a worldwide leader in anti money laundering. Now, I would say I don't necessarily approve of the anti money laundering scheme that they have going on because, like I've said, it doesn't stop money laundering, it just pushes it out for other people to deal with. But if you are living in Ireland and you don't want money launderers or criminals around you, then it's probably not a big problem.
Contact through any social media platform. You can't even do something nice for that person, such as sending them flowers or a nice song. And nice as this may appear, it would be a violation of your bond. If I order you not to return to a particular location, that means you cannot go to that location for any reason. If the no return location is a shared residence, meaning you live there along with the victim, please let me know and I will authorize you to go back, but only while accompanied by a sheriff to collect your personal belongings that are not in dispute, meaning there is no issue as to who owns that property. You will need to make an appointment within 10 days of being released. Now, unfortunately, some percentage of you will come back into custody. We do have one today on a bond revocation because you didn't take what I said here seriously today. You return to your residence or you reconcile with the victim, and it's all good until it's not. So the moment the victim gets upset, the police is called, you are arrested and held without bond. It's not worth it. Follow the order until it is modified, and that can be done through your attorney or your case is closed. But if you do decide to violate your bond order and the court considers this contact intimidating or harassing, you could receive additional felony charges such as aggravated stalking or influencing a witness. These type charges carry punishment of up to 20 years in prison or up to $20,000 in fines. Also, if you are a spouse, family member, or a friend that is the alleged victim, he or she will not be allowed to post your bond, and you are not allowed to speak with them while you are in custody.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Colin. Thank you for being here. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I was wondering, I was like, I don't really have big boobs, but they look big, camera angles and all. But yeah, her boobs, the lady in the red in the middle, she's got pretty big boobs. Uh, I hope you guys are doing well. Colin, make sure you clock in for your shift, please. I track that kind of shit.
Also, some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized to set bond. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before the Superior Court of Clayton County. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Whether a bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after the probation officer have an opportunity to review your new arrest. Now, listen closely to this part. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is enough evidence to keep you detained on the charges. So if you bond out, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived because you're no longer in jail. Now, many of you, when I ask you, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? You're going to say, what does that mean? I just told you. It means a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is enough evidence or probable cause to keep you detained on your charges. It is a hearing. All right. So if you bond out, then that hearing is automatically waived. So if you say to me, I don't understand that. I am just going to go ahead and give you your preliminary hearing date. Now, if you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, you may. What that does is simply move your case from magistrate court to state court faster. That's it. I have no preference whether or not you waive. However, I do caution you that if you're not sure if you can make bond, I will not waive my preliminary hearing. Waiving, again, does not affect your rights or a bond amount or anything else. It simply just allows us to go ahead and take your case over to state court. And so also, if you have a prior criminal history, meaning that this is not your first time arrested, please do not ask me for a signature bond because it will be denied. All right. Finally, I'm about to read the oath to you. If you understand and swear to it, please respond by saying, I do. Would everyone please raise their right hands? You swear and affirm that the information that you're about to give this court, as well as the information you provided on your application for court-appointed counsel, is true and correct. If so, please state, I do.
I do.
All right, you can put your hands down.
Y'all can have a seat.
All right, so we're going to start with the ladies.
Yes, Your Honor. Conflict of interest.
So,
Is that a lady? Is that a lady right there? Oh, Billy, we're going to get to know here pretty quick what these people have done and if they're first-time offenders or not. I do like how she gave the spiel already. Like, hey, if I don't tell you that you have a personal bond, you don't. So don't ask. Let's see. I thought that was a guy too.
how many ladies do we have? 3 or 4?
You have 5.
Oh, here they are. Okay.
Judge.
Yes. All right. State your name for the record.
You know my name. Conflict of interest. I need to see the clerk. I don't have a charge. If I'm waiting on ID, how do I have a name of my name? I didn't have any paperwork.
What is her name?
Trespass.
This
You know
is
my-
Aiken,
Your line.
Your Honor.
Aiken Sherelle.
If I'm
Yes.
waiting on ID.
Okay, Miss
I
Aiken,
have no
you're
ID.
charged with criminal trespass. That bond is set at $3,000. You may not return to the airport unless you are holding a valid airline ticket. I've set your preliminary.
Oh, I was talking about the airport yesterday. We are starting off hot. Okay. She's getting banned from the airport. Oh, just imagine, right? Just fucking imagine where your life is at when you gotta be banned from the airport. God, do I wish that they would put the microphone closer to these people? Yeah. Yeah, I fucking do. Do I have any control over it? No. No, I fucking don't.
Preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I'm also going to appoint you an attorney. Good luck to you, ma'am.
No, it's 7:45 Pacific, Lisa. I can't go from 5 p.m. till midnight. Well, I could, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go 7:45 p.m. till after midnight Pacific.
Hold on.
Conflict of interest.
I'm gonna take that back.
Your bitch.
Come on, Aiken. Come on.
I'm a bum and I found a way to pay.
Okay. Your name?
Come on, Korea Clayton.
All right, Ms. Clayton, you are charged with aggravated assault. I set that bond at 8,000, false imprisonment 3,000, obstruction 1,000 for a total bond of $12,000. And you must not have any contact with Geraldo Shaw Rubio.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand the charges and the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I have set your preliminary hearing date for January the 27th. January the 24th at 8:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. You're ready, 24.
Hold on.
January the
January 24.
And I am going to go ahead and appoint an attorney to you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
Yes, go ahead, officer. I'm sorry. January the 24th at 8 a.m., correct?
Yes, but if you bond out, you don't have to worry about that.
Yes, ma'am. And you said it's
All right.
$12,000.
Yes, no, it was,
22?
yeah, it was 12,000. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
do
Thank you
you
so
and
much.
Mr. Shaw reside together?
No, ma'am. He was
Okay.
somebody I was just paying. And took my dog and stuff.
What did she just say? Somebody she was paying and then took her dogs? Is that what she just said? What? I don't... This whole fucking docket is weird already.
And you said it's
All right.
$12,000.
Yes, no, it was,
22?
yeah, it was 12,000. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
do
Thank you
you
so
and
much.
Mr. Shaw reside together?
No, ma'am. He was
Okay.
somebody I was just paying. And took my dog and stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, ma'am. I actually really don't really know him. I had met him over Instagram, and I had made him like I tried to ask him, does he want to like clean my house and take my dog and stuff while I'm at work? And he got mad because he went through my phone and I was texting other people.
Okay.
I
Well,
didn't.
I don't want to hear the thing.
Ma'am, I don't know if you understand how it works, but like when you pay somebody to clean your house and walk your dogs, they're not allowed to get mad at you about who you text. What the fuck is happening? That doesn't even make any sense, honey. Oh, look at the guy in the wheelchair. He's just like literally like, no. What in the... Yeah, I think he was providing more services than that too, Hector. Oh my God.
Details.
Twice.
I don't want to hear the details, but I did give you a bond. So Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Have a blessed New Year's and Merry Christmas.
You as well. Who do we have next?
wait. Who's pregnant? Kiana? What's your last name?
I'm calling this already. She's drunk. This is a DUI. She looks like she is still wobbly walking. Also, I so want to clip that Merry Christmas like cry sob moment that lady just had. I feel like that might be our New Year's sign off. I'm guessing DUI on this. This girl looks fucked up, allegedly, in my opinion.
What's your name?
Kiana Winfrey.
Winfrey, like
Winfrey.
Oh, Winfrey?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
People that other stuff anyway. What's the real?
Oh my God, did the wheelchair guy just get up? Did we just watch a miracle? Was that just a fucking miracle? Yeah, look at this. He prayed. He fucking prayed. And then he walks.
Man, people that this stuff anyway, with the real.
You may have to hold her for a minute.
Which one, Your Honor? Hold,
Oh, here it is.
Can I get an amen or an F in the chat? Wow. What a docket so far.
Sorry, I have it.
okay.
All right. Are you Miss Tiana Winfrey? Miss Winfrey, how old are you?
22.
You're 22?
Well, I'm 21. I turned 22 in 8 days.
All righty. So you are charged with failing to pay at the fare gate at the MARTA station.
She jumped the fucking MARTA. She jumped the toll on the bus or the subway. I was wrong. She wasn't driving at all. She was transporting herself. She was traveling. I was just traveling, Your Honor.
Where were Miss Winfrey? Were you trying to
No,
get somewhere?
yeah, I had just got off work, So and I had to go meet somebody with my baby. So I was in a rush and I couldn't find my breeze card. So somebody just let me go in through with them. But I guess they needed a moment.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I dismiss your charge, but don't let it happen again, ma'am.
God, oh my God, we got a big D. Oh my God, we've got a big D. Wow. Wow. Big D in the chat. Um, that's a full dismissal. That's a big D. She's given a big D here. I guess I like it. I do like it because why else? Like the administration of all of this is more than the fare. You know what I mean? When I worked at the bus company, we were really specific to drivers that fare enforcement was not their problem. They don't have to care about it. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to worry about it. None of it. We pay them to drive the bus, not worry about the money. So hard to get into some drivers' heads. They would start fights with people over it, and in the end, actually, they would get in trouble, even though the person was jumping on the bus or getting on the bus without paying. They're very strictly instructed not to engage on that level. I can understand why it gets frustrating as a driver when you're, um, you know, dealing with that. But in reality, homeless people in our province are automatically given a bus pass that works all over the province for free. So it's not usually homeless people that are doing it. It's like I've done it. I've literally gone on the bus and been like, I don't have full fare. I'm really sorry. And they're like, that's fine. You just pay what you have and go from there. Like it's such not a big deal, you know.
Yes, ma'am. I'll pay the $250 every time.
All righty.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good.
Who do we have?
Take your name.
Bay Washington.
What is
Bay-
it?
Washington. Bay Washington.
Bay Washington, Your Honor. Did you hear me over my mask? Bay Washington?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, all kids ride the bus for free here too. Like even teenagers ride the bus for free. Again, the whole point is the bus is already going somewhere and it's just not worth the argument about it. So again, like I worked in in the safety and emergency management department of the bus company, and well, the the provincial agency in charge of bus transportation, and um it's just it's also very hard to ban people from buses or public transportation. If you think about it, like logistically, it's really hard because how do you sort of teach every driver who not to let on the bus and then ask them to enforce that? It's really difficult. So it was very rare that people would get banned from bus services. Even as like a young um or like even somebody doing like crimes on the bus would have a hard time being banned. We had a special meeting for that. What was that called? Violence in the workplace? VITW. Where, anyways, there was some meeting that I used to go to, and it was talking about like violence happening on the bus. And even then, even with criminal charges, it's difficult to enforce that. Again, how do you enforce that? How do you make hundreds or thousands of bus drivers memorize somebody's picture? Like there's all these real logistical things around that don't make a lot of sense. And again, yeah, bus baiters, that's so common, Courtney. It's so fucking weird. I don't get it, but it's a constant thing we were dealing with. Also, all the buses that we have in my town, anyways, are fully equipped inside and out with HD audio visual, like 10 to 12 cameras per bus inside and out, audio and video. So if there is an incident, there's video of it. Pretty, pretty decent video of it.
Okay, you may need to hold her.
Oh, Miss Washington, you say?
Yes.
Okay, we gotta hold you, Miss Washington. Go sit down, please. State your name, ma'am.
Ms. Thomas, is she on that list?
Say it again. I saw that.
I'm checking now. The last name is Thomas. I'm sorry, Washington.
Yes.
ma'am. Where's your name at? Right here? Right there?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, do you want Miss Washington, back up here?
Wait, hold on. Do you see her on the list, Ms. Thomas?
She is on the list, Your Honor. Bay Washington.
Oh, I have her. God, Snakey would have bit me.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Miss Washington, you are.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go Winter Witch with that's an album name. I think Violence on the Bus. Yeah, I think that's a good album name. Yeah. You think it's a good band name, Lisa? All right, whatever. I don't know. I'm not very musical.
Also charged with
Come on now. Give it to you in a minute.
Okay.
being at the airport. Were you sleeping at the airport, ma'am?
No.
Another airport situation, you guys. We were just talking about this last night. So this is the Atlanta airport, one of the busiest airports in the entire world. And we've seen now 2 people getting banned from the airport. But they do give them the special caveat unless you have a ticket to fly. So they're like, if you're getting the fuck out of here, come on down. You can leave.
Why were you there?
Food.
I'm sorry.
Food.
What? Why?
Food.
She say food?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's a trespassing warning you were given prior to this, 12/8, saying that you are not to be there. So you know you can't be there, right? Okay. All right. I've dismissed it, but if you go back to the airport, you're gonna be right back here again.
Okay.
All righty. Good luck to you.
Another D. Another big D. Oh my God. Oh my God. This judge is giving us the D left, right, and center. Love it.
What's the name of it? Ala Vista. Vero. Acevedo.
What's your name?
Rachel Acevedo, ma'am.
All righty.
Rachel, I live in a van? Is that what she just said? Rachel, I live in a van? Don't park it at the airport, girl. Expensive to park at the airport.
You are charged with criminal trespass. That bond is set at $1,500. The obstruction charge is dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hold on. I am going to go ahead and appoint an attorney to you. And your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that day. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. Go ahead, you can start, don't it? Go ahead.
Ma'am.
All right.
I was not read my Miranda rights while I was there. When I
We don't give a fuck, girl. Rachel lives in a van. You think Miranda? People don't understand this. If you aren't asked any questions when you're arrested, they don't need to Mirandize you. Okay? You can be arrested without being read your Miranda rights. What? Oh, it's just the way it does it, Courtney. The like membership milestones come up as becoming a member. But yeah, so many people do not understand that it's so pointless to demand that or to think that you've freaking I doubt it, Lisa, by the way. Seriously, it doesn't. People say this all the time. You didn't give me my Miranda rights. We didn't ask you any questions. We watched you commit the crime. We don't even need it. We don't even fucking need any info. We don't. We got it.
was
Okay,
arrested.
but that's something you go over with your attorney, okay?
Okay.
All righty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Yana, that's all the females. We're gonna start with the males on the other live stream.
Okay, so let me give you the ones I want first because these are the ones that go in the jot and I need to do them all together because it kicks me out. So
Hi, Chris. I hope you're doing well today. We've already had 2 big D's from this judge, shockingly. Let's see what happens with the motley crew of men that are going to pop up here. We've also seen a miracle because the dude was in a wheelchair, then prayed, and now he's walking.
let me get back in here. All right, can I get window?
Oh my God, that gentleman just grew arms, you guys. Watch this. Watch this. Down at the bottom corner, or hold on. Come here. Come here. Right over here. Watch right here. You see where my mouse is? Right here. Watch. I'm going to go back 10 seconds. Gentleman's going to grow arms.
All right, can I get Wendell Gibson? And then next is going to be Jay Tyler.
Wendell Gibson.
Excuse me, did you call my name? No, sir. No, I said-
Are you Mr. Gibson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Gibson, you are charged with criminal trespass and theft by taking. The criminal trespass, I've set at 1,000. The theft by taking is set at 500 for a total bond of $1,500. And you may not return to 5390 Riverdale Road in College Park.
Ma'am, I'm schizophrenic.
I'm sorry,
I'm schizophrenic.
I can't hear you.
I'm schizophrenic.
He's schizophrenic. Oh, that's terrible. I'm super glad that he's recognizing that and saying it right away. And I really, really hope that they can help him. That is so difficult. Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Mental problems. I said I was going to pay for it, but I didn't realize it was in my I had the money to pay for it. I'm schizophrenic and manic from New York. I'm not familiar with it.
All righty. Okay, that's fine. And I am
Criminal trespass and theft, Courtney.
going to appoint an attorney to you. I've set your preliminary hearing for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Will I be in a prison for that? So that?
Go ahead, step up the camera.
If you can make bond. If you can make bond, then you don't have to worry about appearing at that court date. All righty, good luck to you, sir. And then what's your name?
Tyler J.
All right, Mr. Tyler J., you are charged with what we talked about earlier, violation of the family violence order. Your bond, I've set your bond at 8,000, and you must not have any contact with Ashley Smith, and you may not go back to 6030 A8107 Riverdale Road. Not return to that location, and you must not violate any laws and additional laws while you're out on bond. I have approved your court-appointed counsel. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
In some jails, the color refers to security level. In some jails, it is size related. In some jails, it is dependent upon which stream they enter the system in, aka medical versus security wise. And then I think some places have, like in a prison, there's more meaning to it, but this is a jail, remember. So these people are all innocent until proven guilty, free trial for the most part, or serving sentences, I believe, under 2 years in a state jail.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
And then can I get Dietrich Miller? All right, Mr. Miller, you are charged with driving while license suspended. Hold on. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, 5 charges, and this only has, okay. All right, so you're driving on suspended license, that bond is set at 1,000. Tag violation, 500. Defective equipment, 500. Giving false name, 500. And I just missed the obstruction charge for a total bond of $2,500. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
And then next,
Aw, Billy, that's so sweet. Um, Vicky, do you want me to sign you up for our self-exclusion program that we have for people that don't want to gamble KCC points anymore? Um, that's so nice, Billy. You know, it's funny. Sometimes gifts that you get from people that are that you don't even know were thinking about you maybe, or like you knew that they're thinking about you but you didn't realize how much they maybe cared or noticed something that you've done, are sometimes the best ones and the most important, which make you reflect a little bit upon yourself. And that's super super kind. I hope that next Christmas, oh, Donna, look at this. Thank you so much, Donna, Miss Orlando Chiquita. Welcome to the new and rejoining members. Oh, looking at legal stuff. My friend Jenny, how are you? You look at that channel is growing like nobody's business. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to looking at legal stuff, we'll have to add a command for that. I don't know if Jonathan, or well, is Miss Carrie still here? We will add a command for LALS, LALS, and link her channel. Happy New Year. We're doing a party tomorrow. You're invited. Looking at legal stuff. We are doing a party tomorrow live. From my new place. Well, you can't tell because I'm using a green screen, but I am in my new place. And we are ringing in the new year together, starting at 10:45 East, which is 7:45 Pacific, all the way through to midnight, past midnight Pacific time. Looking at legal stuff is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Seriously, such a great channel. She's so talented with the videos in a way that I wish I could be one day. Um Now my phone's dinging. Thank you again, Miss Orlando Chiquita, for the gifted memberships. If you are new here or you've forgotten, please go and turn on gifting on the channel because we have really awesome people that like to give gifts. So, oh, look at that. Sashina's added the command. That's perfect. Go make sure that you've subscribed to her channel. It has grown incredibly this year, and I'm so proud. Super, super awesome. Super awesome stuff. We are watching Bond Court, or not Bond. Yeah, I guess it's Bond. First appearances from Clayton County, Georgia. And we are watching, this judge is doing quite a bit of dismissing, which I actually appreciate. We have to appreciate it, you know? That's a reminder to everybody that tomorrow is a New Year's party that you're invited to and that you can come to without leaving the comfort of your home.
I'm gonna do Romello Jordan. Are you Mr. Jordan?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Jordan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Jordan, you're charged with simple assault, family violence. Now, Mr. Jordan, this was completely unnecessary now, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It was just a miscommunication.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am. It was just a miscommunication.
But it could have been a costly miscommunication. All righty, I've dismissed your charge. You're free to, you'll be released today. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God. Is she gonna dethrone the Big D? This is nuts. She's just missing things left, right, and center. She ain't even telling us why. Just Big D's all over the place. It's like a nonchalant Big D. We've had nonchalant D's. These are, I would call them nonchalant Big D's because she's still making it clear she's doing it. The other guy barely made it clear. I literally missed a few dismissals on the other judge, and then I realized I was like, wait, he's dismissing these. She's, I mean, she's is she aiming for a place in the dismissal Dan lore?
And then can we do Robert Pierce?
Robert who?
Pierce. Robert. Pierce.
Oh, Pierre?
Pierre, I'm sorry. Pierre, my apologies.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? You're doing a 9-hour premiere? 9+ hour premiere of a video of 7 of this year's best Manning and McNally videos. That's awesome, Jenny. That is awesome. Well, I'm doing 2023 Smash or Pass Judicial Official Edition, where we are going to be doing Smash or Pass with a bunch of different judges, lawyers, and all those things. I am poorly putting together. Uh, I feel like it's a slideshow, right? Like it's technically a video, but I believe it's a slideshow more really. And so I have a slideshow presentation set to go, and we are going to be doing this countdown and also eating 12 grapes at your midnight. I've realized what everyone should do is eat 12 grapes at your clock striking midnight. I will do it along the way as long as nobody eats all my grapes. I had to go buy these grapes ahead of time, budget for them because fucking grapes are expensive. But I've read about this fucking good luck thing, which is eating 12 grapes at midnight. Carefully, please don't choke. And if you're allergic to grapes, we've determined gummy bears would be a good option. You want something sweet. The 12 grapes symbolize each month of the upcoming year, Hector. And what is supposed to happen is that at the stroke of midnight, when the clock strikes for 12 times, you eat each grape, and the sweetness of the grapes is supposed to indicate like the sweetness that's coming to each of the upcoming 12 months of the year. And that's why you do it like that, and that's why the grapes. Of course, we're sort of completely appropriating this from another culture and then transferring it into our own internet version. But so you can have something sweet basically and safe to eat. I'm so worried about somebody choking. Like it's now my biggest concern. Um, but again, because like when my daughter was young, I used to cut up her grapes, you know? But and I have a few stories, Hector, that talk about the New Year's tradition that we'll be realizing that we'll be reading tomorrow, realizing that we'll be realizing tomorrow. And then we will all drink the Kool-Aid together and ascend to the heaven. No, I'm just joking.
Afternoon. All right, Mr. Pierre, you are charged with battery family violence.
No, you can't do 12 weed gummies because that's just not responsible. So what you can do is you can buy as many weed gummies as you want. Just buy regular gummies the same, because 12 weed gummies, first of all, you're not going to feel that for like 2 hours, an hour, and then you're going to be fucking sleeping. That's all that's going to happen if you do that, Deb. What I would advise is doing your one weed gummy early in the evening, nice, and then having a nice snack to eat with us at midnight so that you're not like 2 hours later getting high and going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? In the originating culture, did New Year's Eve partiers feed the grapes to each other at midnight? No, they did not feed them to each other, but everybody had their own grapes, Jonathan. Also, I come from a Scottish culture, and in Scottish culture, there's a few things that are important for New Year's. The one is called the first footer, and the first footer is basically the first person to cross your threshold after midnight to ring in the new year. And in Scottish culture, it's really good luck to have a tall, dark-haired man come through your door at midnight. So much so that oftentimes tall, dark-haired men at New Year's parties are sent outside ahead of New Year's to spend it by themselves in the cold, waiting for everybody inside to start celebrating. And then they will sometimes be required to go from house to house and cross the threshold of different people's homes instead of going in and celebrating on their own with their family. So they'll go through the door, they'll have a drink, and then they'll go to the next house and cross the threshold and do the same thing, same thing. And it's important that you don't have anybody else cross the threshold at the same time. So this this buddy's like outside by himself, like knows the assignment, but also like sort of shitty. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I don't know how we'll incorporate that. I mean, I guess basically I'm like your first footer in a way, like I'm through your TV screen at midnight. Yeah. You do get lots of drinks that way, but Sashina, in Scotland, you get lots of drinks anyways on New Year's.
You must stay away from Romello Jordan.
Romello Jordan sounds like a bougie popsicle. I'll have a Romello Jordan. It's amazing. They make it with the best Romellos. You've never had a Romello? They're incredible oranges. You'll never be able to go back.
How are you related to Romello?
My blood little brother, 4 years, 1 day.
Your little brother?
Yes, ma'am. Just a little misunderstanding, not a family show.
All right, your bond is set at 1,500. No violent contact with Romello at all. Okay? No violent or harassing.
Yeah, ma'am.
How old is your brother?
19.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shoot me a text. I got a new phone / an old phone, so my numbers aren't in it properly. But send me a text and we will be in touch. Um, and thank you so, so much. It'll pop up here. Streamlabs is slow as fuck, as usual. But appreciate that and you, and so excited for 2024. I can only see your channel. Just going to the top, my girl. I still can't get over the guy's name being Romello or his brother's name being Romello, and I just keep thinking of a popsicle, which is ridiculous.
All right, so you'll be released today. Make sure you appear for all your court dates. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
And have a good luck to you. And Ms. Thomas?
It says something about time.
Oh, no. I was trying
Yes,
to get
Your Honor.
okay. Can you do the UJR on me, Mr. Pierre?
Mr. Pierre? Yes,
Uh-huh.
Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And then next we have Jamal Smith. Jamal Smith. All right, Mr. Smith.
Jamal Smith, come on down. You're the next contestant on Will She Dismiss It? Um, nope, that's not what it really says. Thank you. Looking at legal stuff. I am, I appreciate it. That I think you're talking about the graphic that popped up. Streamlabs and I, we have a long, tenuous relationship. Yeah, let's see what this guy did. What'd he do?
All right, Mrs. Smith, you are charged with battery family violence. That bond is set at 3,000. You're also charged with obstruction. That bond is set at 1,000. Another obstruction, that bond is set at 1,000. Theft by taking, that bond is set at 2,000. And giving false name, that bond is set at 1,000. For a total bond of $8,000. You must stay away from Patrick Oliver. And you may not return.
I'm sitting here laughing at people's names, which is just ridiculous with my name being Paisley, but I don't know why. I'm like, Patrick Oliver? It's so funny to me. Yeah, this guy's just racking it up here. I was not happy with the 3 grand for the DV, family violence. Like, that seems low. Doesn't that seem low?
To 7244 Monarch, 7244 Monarch Drive. Do you understand your charges and the special conditions of your bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor, but may I say something, please?
Certainly.
We both were very heavily intoxicated.
I can already tell you, you're fucking it up, dude. You are literally fucking it up. You're about to admit to a crime. You don't think you are, but you're gonna. You are literally fucking this up. Just don't. Just be quiet.
Intoxicated that night, me and Patrick Oliver. That is my childhood home. That is the home I was raised
Wait a
in.
minute, say that one more time.
Both Patrick Oliver and I were heavily intoxicated that night, and that is why the situation occurred. But that's my childhood home. That's 7244 Monarch Drive. That's the house I was raised in, and him and my godmother, he's my godfather, they raised me. So I know they wouldn't, want me to not be around them. Since the incident, I have been around them, and we've talked it out. We've apologized and everything. And
I understand, but I cannot allow you to go back at this time. So what you can do, I have appointed you an attorney. And so what you can get that attorney to do is get with the state and see if you can get that modified so that you can go back into the home. But what will have to happen is they would have to speak to the individuals in the home first.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and just speak with your attorney about that.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've appointed you an attorney. Your preliminary hearing is going to be December 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Is there any more jots order you need to go in, Your Honor?
That's we're done with the jots, so now we can go back.
Okay, if we'll do alphabetical order, but I was wondering if we can do Mr. Kevon Williams first, and then go.
What's the name? What's the name?
Kevon Williams, and then go in alphabetical order after that.
Kevon Williams. I got him. All right, Mr. Williams, you are charged with removal of a weapon from a public officer. You were charged with 2.
What? I have never heard that charge. I've never heard that charge. I can't imagine as an officer that would be a very good charge that you would want to have to write somebody up on, because it's sort of admitting that you yourself allowed your weapon to be taken. Okay, what the fuck's happening now? It's like I went back 10 seconds, I hit play, and it's like slow motion coming in as if this is a TV channel and we're recapping it before or after the break. Sorry guys in the truck that I don't have. How is this even happening? Can you just play the fucking video, please?
What's the name?
Kevon Williams, and then go in alphabetical order after that.
Yvonne Williams. I got him. All right, Mr. Williams, you are charged with removal of a weapon from a public officer. You were charged with 2 counts of that. You are currently on active probation out of Superior Court of Fulton County, which you were sentenced September the 19th, 2022 for aggravated assault. So your bond is denied on warrant number 2023 CW 55968. That is denied based on 1710-1. The second charge, I have dismissed that one. Your preliminary hearing is January the 21st at 8:30 a.m. Sir, did you do a CAA form?
Yes, ma'am, I did, but I had refused. I already had an attorney on some of my other charges I caught in-house. So I was trying to see if it's possible that the attorney can represent.
But you didn't even turn it back in and say refuse?
I did, ma'am.
Okay, so generally how I do this is I go ahead and appoint an attorney. And then once your attorney files an entry into the case, then that court appointed attorney.
Oh, Jenny, I understand. I was literally just talking as I pulled the mic up to me. I was literally just talking about how I don't like listening to my own voice. Sounds so silly since I talk so fucking much. Yeah, I get it. I'll get it. For New Year's tomorrow, we're doing a few really fun things. One of them is the Smash or Pass thing, but also I'm doing a reading of the commands because as you can see, Streamlabs has lots of commands that we've added to it. Some of them we don't even remember. And so I will be reading all of the commands. I think it will take me quite a while, to be honest, because I sat down and I started recording it and I got like 6 in and I was like, I don't want to do this by myself. I only want to do it with everybody else because I think it'll be fun with everybody else, but like just by myself reading these commands, I felt really stupid. So I think we'll just do that one live. The commands are command is like this. Type in !LALS and then see what happens. And that's another reminder. If you want your command added to the list of commands that I will be reading out tomorrow during our New Year's party, make sure to come on down to the chat and talk to us about it, and we will add it. Yeah, Jonathan, I know you guys, and the obvious truth is that I can't, is that the right command? I hope it is. Yes, it is. Perfect. See? So now we have that. So anytime anybody types that in, your looking at legal stuff link comes up. Can I do a Scottish accent? I can for a short period of time. I was born in Scotland and my family has Scottish accents, but I don't do a very good long accent. Yeah, so looking at legal stuff, we have like a lot of commands. So many, to be honest. That it's going to take me a while to read them all. But they're all awesome and we do that because it's easier for everybody else, and it's fun. It's cool. It's one of the things I do like about Streamlabs, and one of the reasons why I continue to use that program, because I like the cloud bot that works with that, plus the gambling, of course. But there's lots of them. Like Gobble is one of my favorites. Exclamation mark Gobble. What's another good one? There's so many. There's many that I've forgotten about that again we will read tomorrow and remember. Um, we often put them in. Does Jonathan have one yet? Jonathan Miller might not have one, but he does, maybe. Yep, there it is. You see, like, see, everybody has their own. I love it, and I think they're fun. So, plus, the only reason that the list is so expansive and so inclusive is because I really quickly early on figured out that I would not be able to sit and add all of the ones that we thought about during streams at the end because I'm just lazy like that. I know I've got a few that I need to delete. But I realized that I could make my mods do that. And so I only have 3 mods in the whole channel, and they're very good mods, but they're different. Their jobs are different than on most channels. They they add commands uh, and uh, and hang out here. So we have hundreds of commands now, a lot of them based on weird cases that we watched, and I love it. It's fun. Chris, thank you. You're so sweet for gifting. Look who got it! Yay! That's awesome. Oh, Chris, thank you so much. Um, yeah, it's just fun. It's part of the fun we have. And it's weird and it's too much for a lot of people. But it's great. Also, there's like, is it Streamlabs? What is the command where we say you can block Streamlabs, Sashina? Because that's a good one to remember. Periodically, we should put that one out.
Attorney is removed from your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I am going to appoint an attorney for purposes of today. Good luck to you, sir.
Can I ask you one question, ma'am?
Certainly.
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
It's a felony.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Oh.
Also, Jonathan Hart, one of the mods, seemed to train a polyglot bot, like a language bot, and he added like many languages that I do not understand. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, pass. And that's the whole thing, is that you can block Streamlabs and have a completely different chat experience if that's what you prefer. You can also unblock him later. It's totally fine. But if you like to read the commands and see all that kind of stuff, then don't block him. Yeah, I know. F you, Streamlabs. If you detest Streamlabs, then block it. It'll trouble you no more. Quiet chat experience. Yeah, it's quieter. I mean, we have a pretty active chat regardless. Like for example, Streamlabs doesn't show up here, right? People's requests to Streamlabs, aka the exclamation marks, do show up here, but the responses don't, if you notice that. And also, that's the other thing. If you don't want, I'm glad that you started using your mic looking at legal stuff. But if, let's say, you didn't want what you wanted, like to say up something up there, you use these symbols, you know them on the keyboard. we call these the backward V's, the exclamation marks. Anyways, if you put that around your remarks or comments, then they don't show up on the chat up here. You have a subscription to Streamlabs and StreamYard, really, that you pay for? I pay for this subscription, and I literally just today got a review of my account and said I'm in the top 6% of Streamlabs users in terms of streaming, like how often I stream. So again, I don't know if that says something about Streamlabs users or if that's actually in fact a compliment.
Right, what's your name, sir?
Leon Bennett Jr.
Leon Bennett?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Thomas, did we ever get his paperwork? I know that we were waiting for it.
Also, last thing, I got this special microphone arm recently as a gift, and it is such a game changer for my microphone usage, Jenny. It was sent to me by Grim. Thank you, Grim. And has made a world of difference in terms of just having things set up and ready to go all the time. It's so nice to have it just like hanging out here. I can move it around, do whatever I need. Because I had a good mic, it was just getting fucked up because I had to move the cord all the time. But now I've got it properly, like the cord is perfect. And oh, we're gonna be a real streamer yet. I got a green screen and a microphone thing. Oh my God.
Yes, Your Honor. I sent it over to you via email.
Okay. Okay, just hit him back. I'm gonna have to find this.
I sent it at 10:57. Is where it shows that I sent it out.
All right, I have it. Okay, so just go to the next one, please. Sir, what's your name?
Alexander Clark.
Cloud Illusion Sublingual is my favorite kind of medicine because they work so quick. Oh, and they usually taste so sweet. Oh, you know when they put like a lot of good medicine into a tiny little pill and then tell you to put it under your tongue and then it tastes a little bit like candy and you're like, yeah, thank you. Thank you, doctor.
All right, you're gonna have to hold him. He's one of the ones I didn't get to. He has a lot of charges. So just hold him. What's your name, sir?
Carson, ma'am.
Say your last name again.
Carson, ma'am. Julio Carson.
Okay.
I know mostly I'm muted, Oh, Delta 8? I don't know, Lisa. I don't understand the Delta 8 stuff. I gotta be honest with you. I don't understand it because I I don't understand. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you more on that, but I've never experienced that. I have one pen that I bought while I was in Florida. I don't even think that's what was in it. Eh, I would just say start as low as possible, as low, as low, as low as possible, and then go from there. That's all I can suggest. And she does edibles normally and 5 milligrams THC. She's low dose, low dose pass. So I would just start really low, really, really low. Also, I think it's going to feel different. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I bought a pen when I was in Florida that the dude was like, yeah, this is like legit, whatever. Nothing happened. I still have it. That's how shitty it is. It's been months. It's still full. Okay. As opposed to like this real pen that I bought recently is already almost empty because it works. So I don't think they work. I think they're sort of lies, to be honest with you. But like maybe it gets people a little fucked up that don't know what it's like to be high. That's my theory. What method of ingestion is it, Lisa? Is it a pen, did you say? Or like or to take edibly? Oh, gosh. Uh I just worry about the like source of things like that. It's just so difficult. It's a lozenge. Um, that seems so sus. Uh, I guess, see, all I can think about is the time that I was experimenting with nicotine gum, even though I didn't smoke, but I did some research and found that nicotine helps treat ADHD, the nicotinic receptors, but of course they don't want you to smoke. But I was like, "Oh, well, I can like chew some Nicorette gum or whatever." And I started taking Nicorette gum and I didn't read the instructions properly and it said that you should chew it twice and then like put it in your cheek, but I didn't do that and I'm like a cow when I have gum and I'm just like and I was sick as a fucking dog because I released like all of the nicotine into my system at once and I literally like was sick on the ground. Sick. Sick. Oh, terrible. So I don't know. It worries me to have something that's like meant to be long lasting. I find that a little like hard to properly extrapolate dosage on. Like a lozenge or gum or something like that, unless it's really clear. I'm not sure like who, one person's suck is a different amount of suck. And here's the thing, Pass, I didn't do too much. I was on a very low dose of gum, but I still hadn't smoked ever before. So I wasn't going from using nicotine to like trying to change my nicotine usage. I was going from not using any nicotine to attempting to use nicotine via the chewing. It was stupid. It was a bad idea. Anyways, I stick with the weed. If we have real weed, oh, because I found out that it helps treat ADHD, which is true. When I used to smoke a pack a day, it was great for my ADHD. It really does help. And so I thought to myself, like I was like, well, if you just do the gum, then maybe you can get like the ADHD help, but not the negative smoking factors. And again, but I did not read the instructions. So I'm not even like it's proven that nicotinic receptors are receptive and helpful to treat um, people that have ADHD. It's just you have to get to that dosage properly, and most of the time that's from smoking or vaping, which is not very healthy. Um, again, the lozenge is tough because that's like, how do you know what part is in the dose? Again, I've worked for marijuana companies before that create products, and depending on where you work, like what type of boss you are or what type of company you are, maybe it's a spray on product rather than an infused product. Maybe you mix it really well, or you have an industrial mixer, or you don't. And all of those things can impact where in a batch the dose goes, and therefore who gets high faster is based upon who eats what piece.
All right, Mr. Carson, you are charged with theft by taking. I set that bond at $1,500, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to go ahead and put you down for January the 23rd
No.
at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. How you doing?
What's your name?
Shimon Fort George.
All right, Mr. Fort George, you are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Setting your bond at $1,500. You must stay away from Katrina Bass, and you may not return to 5414 Glenhaven Drive. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just pay the bond.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am. I'll just pay the bond.
You said you just what?
Yes, ma'am. You said I'll just.
You want to waive?
Right. Yes.
Okay, Deputy, do you have the form there for him to sign the waiver?
I don't want to waive. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't want to waive? Okay.
That's why I pay a bond, right? Instead of doing that, correct?
No, but that's okay. I'm going to put you down for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Can I say one thing?
Here that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Can I say one thing?
Uh-huh.
I just moved to that house on the 4th. I pay all the bills in there, and
Okay, well, get with your attorney so they can get with the state to see if they can allow you to get back in the home.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless me.
What's your name, sir?
Sheldrick Johnson.
Maybe it's my volume. I'm having
Sheldrick Johnson.
Okay. Mr. Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are you charged with criminal damage in the first degree? That bond is set at 3,500. Battery, 2,500 for a total bond of $6,000. You must not have any contact with Destiny Robinson. Do you guys currently reside together?
Yes, ma'am, that's my fiance.
All right, you cannot return to that location at this time, which is 4733.
I have a question about that. That's my grandmother's house. So could I get a attorney for that so we can figure that
Yes,
situation out?
definitely. Mhm. As long as you reside there, you can't go back there.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what city? Is that Forest Park?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. I've also appointed an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. What's your name?
Victor Gray.
Say that last name.
Gray.
Right?
Gray, Gray.
Victor Gray.
Oh, Gray. Okay. I bet when they're in the back, they're yelling and screaming and hollering. Now I can't even get them to speak up.
I'm speaking loud, man. I'm sorry.
All righty. So, Mr. Gray, you are charged with trafficking cocaine. That bond is set at 15,000. You have 3 counts of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Those are 5,000 each. Use or possession of a drug-related item, 2,000. Reckless driving, 2,000. Obstruction, 1,000. Seatbelt violation, 500, for a total bond of $35,500. I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir. All right, what's your name, sir?
Keith Mumford. Did you hear me now?
All right, Mr. Mumford. You are charged with possession of tools during the commission of a crime. Now, bond is set at 5,000. Your preliminary hearing is January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. I've also appointed you an attorney. Actually, you are not qualified for an attorney. So you do not qualify. All right, good luck to you, sir. What's your name, sir?
He didn't qualify for an attorney. Mayor, thank you so much for being here. I am hoping you're doing well. You're gonna be taking over as fan of the year on Credence and Mikey soon. Big responsibility. Congratulations, by the way. Also, congratulations to Miss Carrie as the accountant of the year.
Martin.
You said Martin?
Gregory Martin.
Okay. All right, Mr. Martin, you are charged with criminal trespass. I have dismissed that case. You will be released today. Good luck to you, sir. Stay away from the airport, okay?
I got a flight on.
Unless you have a valid ticket.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Another airport boot.
Oh, Tiger or May?
What's your name?
Tiger.
I do have to say, like, I love the airport because whenever I'm in an airport, I'm going on a trip for the most part, unless I'm picking somebody up. The New Year's Eve party is linked on my YouTube as well as up at the top here, but it's already posted for tomorrow. That's where the live is going to be. That's where the party is. While I wanted to do it on Discord, I really was thinking like YouTube's the most inclusive. That's obviously where everybody is already. And it's just going to be like this in a way, but we'll have different stuff going on over there. I'm working on it. I've got different outfits planned.
Your May?
Your Honor, I just sent an email over requesting his criminal history.
All right. Then just you're gonna have to hold him till I'm able to review his criminal history. If I could get, what's your name, sir?
Yeah, Mosley.
Okay. After this gentleman, I can do Mr. Bennett next. Okay, what's your last name? Owens?
Mosley.
Mosley. Okay. All right, Mr. Mosley. You are charged with obstruction of an officer. I dismiss that charge. Giving false name, I dismiss that charge. No license, 1,000. Stop sign violation, 500. And another giving false name was dismissed for a total bond of $1,500. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? No?
No.
Okay, I'm going to put you down for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. Here, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, we do have May criminal history.
Okay. Okay, what's your name, sir?
Leon Bennett.
All right, Mr. Bennett, you're charged with obstruction. That bond is set at $2,000. Simple assault, $3,000 for a total bond of $5,000. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
And I am going to appoint an attorney to you. Go ahead. Did you need to say something to me?
Never mind, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Would you like, Your Honor, would you like Mr. May back up?
Yes. That's fine.
His criminal history is located on part 1 of the criminal histories, 181. It's 181 to 185.
And this is Mr. May?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How old are you, sir?
17.
You're starting too soon with this. You're charged with arson in the 2nd degree. Alleging that you set the classroom door on fire inside of Lovejoy High School.
I'm sorry, he did what? Are you joking? Set a classroom door on fire? Oh, funny that. Wow. I would never have guessed that that would have happened. Ever. 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 If you know, you know.
Where you are, that's not a fun place to be, is it?
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna set your bond at $2,500. And have you been removed from that school?
I don't think so, not yet.
I'm gonna put on here, that you must comply with all school rules and procedures. So if you get in trouble again, it would be a violation of this bond, and you will not be able to get a bond next time. Your preliminary hearing, I'm setting it down for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I am also going to appoint an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir. All right, who do we have next?
Jeshawn Owens.
Owens?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Mr. Owens. Okay, so Ms. Thomas, is this the case where we were missing a lot of the warrants?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, so we don't have all the warrants. I only have 2 warrants on you. I'm missing the carjacking. I'm just gonna have to continue him to tomorrow probably. Ms. Thomas, if you can try to get all of his documents, if we can get it before we get done with court, I will.
Wait, I have a question for Doggy Deb. I hope you're still here. You were just talking about you were taking care of your parents. Was it your parents? And then there was something to do with the will? But I did have a question about that. If Doggy Deb is still here. Because I had a question about that. Is she here? Oh.
Handle it. If not, he's gonna have to be continued to tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor, working on it now.
Okay. All right, who do we have next?
Devin Rose.
What's your name?
Devin Rose.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rose, you're charged with sexual exploitation, 2 counts, 10,000 each. You may not be in the presence of minor children without direct supervision of their parents. I've set your preliminary hearing down for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And I am appointing an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Can I say something now? Your Honor, he asked if he could speak.
Yes, he can.
I was blackmailed and lied to online by these people.
I'm sorry.
She don't know anything about your case. It was about the case, Your Honor. I informed him that he's not allowed to speak on the specifics of that.
No, he cannot. And sir, I am appointing an attorney to you. So you can speak with your attorney about whatever issues or defenses you may have.
How you doing?
All right, good luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Austin Russell.
All right, Mr. Russell, you are charged with violation of Controlled Substance Act. That bond is set at 3,000. Obstruction, I dismiss that charge. Distracted driving, 500. Use or possession of drug-related objects, 500. The other obstruction, I dismiss that one. And crossing the guard line is 1,000 for a total bond of $5,000. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And it appears that you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you.
Yeah, Doggy Deb, what did you say the name of your dog was? Brooklyn? Was it Brooklyn?
You have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You
Good
too.
luck to you.
Your Honor,
Yes?
for Owens, looks like there were 2 charges that we didn't see him on. He was already in first appearance yesterday for majority of the charges, but theft by receiving and possession of a weapon were the 2 that we did not see him on.
That was for who, Owens?
For Owens.
All right, so it was connected, but there are just additional charges.
Correct. So possessions of a weapon and looks like theft by receiving.
My question for Doggy Deb was her name, was her dog's name Brooklyn?
Receiving.
Okay.
So those are 2 that we didn't not see him on.
So, after, what's your name?
Stevens.
After Stevens, I'm gonna do Owens.
Oh, you want us to go back to the housing unit and get him? Cause he went back to his housing unit after you said you was gonna continue it.
All right, I'll just continue it till tomorrow then. I mean, unless you can get him there. All right, so Ms. Stevens, you are charged with identity fraud. I've set that bond at $5,000. Your preliminary hearing is January the 24th at 8:30.
Are they sure that that's not a woman using identity fraud? Impersonating another? Utilizing their name? Because this is confusing.
30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I am appointing one to you. Good luck to you, ma'am, sir. What's your name?
Jermaine Stanley.
All right, you are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. I'm setting that bond at $3,500. I'm setting your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Ma'am, is it okay if I say something?
Go ahead.
The destruction of the property wasn't me. It was actually one of the tenants that actually moved out.
Okay, so I cannot, you have to get with your attorney. I am going to appoint you an attorney. We'll have to get with your attorney so that they can, make a decision whether or not they'll allow you to go back into that home.
And also, ma'am, the property is actually, I am one of the tenants of the property. I was never evicted or anything like that.
Is this like a boarding home?
Yes, ma'am. It's actually a housing. I actually have I'm on the rent. I actually have a room on the rent, so I couldn't explain how I was
And
basically.
so who is Ms. Pines?
She was also a tenant of the unit, but she was moving out that exact day.
All righty. So I put on here that you are not to have any violent or harassing contact with Ms. Pines. If you do, you're gonna be back in here and, with no bond. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, or nobody else in that house, or we're gonna have to put you out of the house.
Yes, ma'am. I truly understand.
Okay, Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, does Mr. Stanley have a bond?
Yes, 1,500. No, 3,500. I'm sorry, 3,500.
We have Mr. Michael Studevant right here.
Actually, for Mr. Stanley, I'm gonna change his bond to 2,500.
Okay, I'll inform him of that.
Okay. All right. Say, what's your name?
Michael Studevant.
All right, Mr. Studevant, you are charged with identity fraud. That bond is set at 5,000. Forgery in the third degree, that bond is set at 3,000 for a total bond of $8,000. And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And I am appointing an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
And I've already done Austin Russell, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, what's your name?
Gregory Sutton.
All right, Mr. Sutton, you are charged with battering. I've set that bond at $3,000. You must stay away from Alicia Reeves, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? You guys gotta learn how to exercise control.
Sorry.
Everybody's so violent. All right, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Good afternoon, Judge. But Christian.
Good afternoon. What is it?
Christian Thornhill.
Hold on. All right. Cruelty to children. I'm setting at 3,000. Obstruction, 2,000. Aggravated assault, 10,000 for a total bond of $15,000. And you must not have any contact with Karma Perry, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And I am appointing you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Happy holidays. Have a blessed
Happy
day.
holidays to you. What's your name, sir?
Gregory Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams. You are charged with hit and run. That bond is set at $2,000. Driving with suspended license, $1,500 for a total bond of $3,500. And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I'm also appointing you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Edwin Wyndham Slater.
Okay. All right, Mr. Edwin Winters Slater, you are charged with aggravated battery. That bond is hereby denied based on 17-10-1. You are currently on active probation out of Gwinnett County. You were sentenced just this year to 5 years probation for theft by taking. So I am unable to provide you a bond. You may not have any contact with Kenneth Kenner. How do you know Mr. Kenner?
I don't know.
I'm sorry?
He said he doesn't know him, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty. And I am also appointing you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, I was here for a female client. I've been trying not to interrupt. I'm just trying to make sure she's gonna be called.
Who is that?
Her name is Devin Moore. The case number is 23 WA 72.
That's a male.
Devon Moore, it's a female, but she still has COVID right now, so we are unable to grab her.
This says male.
She's in medical right now with COVID.
Okay, is it DEVONNE?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
They surely have this. It says gender, male. Is she
okay
transforming or something?
No, I don't believe so.
I've laid eyes on her. It's a female, and she has COVID right now, so we're unable to grab her due to health risk.
Okay. All right. We'll do a continuance here tomorrow.
Well, she's been in for 5 days with no.
Hold on. Did she just ask if she was transforming? Is that what just happened there? What in the fuck? Is that what the judge just said? That doesn't even make any sense.
It says male.
She's in medical right now with COVID.
Okay. Is it DEVONNE?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
They surely have this. It says gender, male. Is she
okay
transforming or something?
No, I don't believe so.
I've laid eyes on her. It's a female, and she has COVID right now, so we're unable to grab her due to health risk.
Okay. All right. We'll do a continuance here tomorrow.
Well, she's been in for 5 days with no bond on a misdemeanor. Can I appear on her behalf? And if she's that
Well,
sick, she needs to be out.
we need to, Deputy, where she is, could we get a device down there so she can hear her charges?
Right now, this is what we have right now. I don't know if we have a mobile, computer to where internet access would be available. Cause right now, this is a stationary, court that we have going on right now.
Okay, so Miss Young, you know how to use the chat?
Yes.
Okay, can you please chat, Miss Yate Thomas, your, contact number and an email address?
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is, even if I have to do a special set.
Ooh, I like that. Can we add that? Transformers and robots, please report to the dance floor. As a command, please. I like it.
I'm gonna see when we can get her, up.
Okay.
But we'll give you, her name is Yate Thomas, and we'll get you an update on when we're gonna be able to see her.
And I'm putting my email in the chat as well for to make it easier for your attorney, y'all.
Also, please make sure that there is something in for when people type in sluts. I want that 1000% to be in there as well.
Okay, all right, so, Ms. Young, we will reach out to you, before the close of business today.
Okay. We can specially set her today?
I'm not sure, let me see what the jail, can do for us. But I'll
Okay.
handle it after court, and we'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. What's your name, sir?
Antoine Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're charged with criminal damage in the second degree. That bond is set at 2,000, battery 3,000, simple battery 1,000, for a total bond of $6,000. You must stay away from Amanda White, and you may not return to 228 Morrow Road, number G16 in Forest Park, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. I've set your preliminary hearing date to January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Do you understand those special conditions that I just told you about?
Do, but I also have.
I'm sorry?
I said I do, but I do have an issue with that. Being
Okay,
that I have no family here in the state of Georgia, and I'm not from this state. And I have a child. We share a child together, and that is the house that the apartment that we have shared together as well since my time here in Georgia. So I don't know what to do about that situation.
Well, I mean, you guys have to think about stuff like that before all of this. And I mean, this is so, I don't know. So anyway, I can't allow you back in the house, but I have appointed an attorney to you. And that attorney can speak with the state, all right, about allowing you to go back in the house once they are able to speak to the individuals or the victim. All right?
I do understand. I have another place that I could possibly go. I just need to speak to them once I make mine.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. Happy holidays, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, how much is his bond?
Who was that again? I just put it on in my pack. Who was he?
Antoine Williams.
Williams. His total bond was $6,000.
Your Honor, I have Mr. Alexander Clark back. You told us to hold him.
1 second. All right, who do you have again?
Alexander Clark. Go ahead.
And so what are we gonna do with Evans? We just gonna have to bring him back tomorrow? Oh, okay. All right. Bond is at a 2,000, simple assault 2,000, simple assault family violence 2,000, cruelty to children 2,000, criminal damage in the second degree 5,000, and use of fighting words 1,500 for a total bond of wait a minute. All right, let me start over. Cruelty to children, 2,000. Simple assault, family violence, 5,000. Simple assault, 2,000. Cruelty, 2,000. Criminal damage, 2,000. And use of fighting words, $1,500 for a total bond of $14,500. Ms. Thomas, that was 2,000 on cruelty, 5,000 on simple assault, 2,000 on simple assault, 2,000 again on cruelty to children, 2,000 on criminal damage, and 1,500 on use of fighting words. You must stay away from
Yes, Your Honor.
Corrine Williams, and you may not return to the Murphy's gas station located at 11461 Terra Boulevard in Hampton, Georgia. I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 24th at 8:30 a.m. And I'm also going to appoint you an attorney. You have any questions, sir?
Ma'am, how would I go about pressing charges on the other people, because I never got to tell my accountant what happened because I passed out on scene?
You'll have to get with your attorney. I have appointed you an attorney already. All right.
All right, Your Honor, that's the last one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because Owens we're just gonna remove till tomorrow.
All right.
Yep, that's all I have. All righty, have a great.
That's all she has, but that's not all we have. We have one other clip to watch this evening. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you've clocked in for your shift. Hit that like button. Tonight, we're bringing you yet another new judge from Clayton County. This is Judge Bando. Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Bando.
Did you want us to bring the two Spanish speakers up front?
No, I'll do those last.
Okay.
Morning, Judge. Good morning. All right, this is the Creighton County Magistrate Court. I'm not here to take a plea in your case or to have a trial. I'm here to let you know what you've been charged with and what your bond amount is if you have a bond set on your case. Also, I need to let you know that the next time that you'll come to court, if are unable to make your bond, if you are charged with a felony, that court date would be on February the 14th. If you're charged with a misdemeanor, that court date is February the 13th. You do have certain rights that you have. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to indictment by grand jury and accusation if you're charged with a misdemeanor. You have a right to a speedy and public trial. You have the right to cross-examine witnesses that are called to testify against you. You also have the right to compel witnesses to come testify on your behalf. And you have the right to have an attorney to assist you throughout the entire proceedings of your case. Some of you will be allowed to post what we refer to as an unrestricted bond, meaning that you can post your bond by going through a bonding company. The bonding company takes about 15% of the total amount of your bond. So if your bond is $1,000, the cost through a bonding company would be approximately $150 plus some random costs. You can also post your bond by using real property. So if you own, somebody has equity in property, they can use that. So if your bond is $1,000, they would have to have at least 3 times that amount of equity in the property to secure your release. So that means if your bond is $1,000, that property would need to have at least $3,000 worth of equity in it in order for you to use it. Finally, you can post your bond by cash directly to the sheriff's department. So for example, if your bond is $1,000, you will post $1,000 in cash directly to the sheriff's office. At the conclusion of your case, that money would be returned to you minus some administrative fees. There's some of you that would also have what we call special condition bonds, meaning that as a part of you being granted bond, that you'll have a condition to not have contact with a certain person or not to return to a certain location as a condition of being granted bond. If you violate the court's order and you have contact with a person who have ordered you not to have contact with, or you return to a location that you were prohibited from returning to as a condition of being granted bond, your bond could be revoked and you could be charged with aggravated stalking, in which you would not be entitled to bond and could remain in custody throughout the duration of the proceedings. Okay, I told you about the preliminary hearing dates. Oh, and I see Ms. Bermudez has joined us. If everyone who's on the calendar, please raise your right hand.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do you swear or affirm that any information that you tell the court in this matter will be the truth? If so, say I do. All right, thank you. So at the sheriff's office there, Ms. Bermudez has joined us, so we'll do the Spanish-speaking people first.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bermudez, I forgot to send you that Zoom link.
Yes, ma'am. And do you mind giving me the names of the defendants?
Sure, yes, ma'am. So we have, the first one is Jose Gonzalez. And then the second one is Jose Riviera Garcia. They've made so many changes. I've been trying to keep up with all the emails and changes. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez. Ms. Bermudez, would you raise your right hand?
I'm sorry, Judge, you were breaking up.
I asked if you could please raise your right hand.
Yeah, we will in just a second, Judge. Thank you so much for asking. Heather Holidays Hanson, Triple H, thank you for being here. We have already posted the link to tomorrow's party. We have so much fun. I just need you to have 12 bites of something sweet to have at your midnight so that you can also have a wonderful year coming up. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. I've already posted the link, is what I'm saying. So you can still go and mingle and chat. It's like the only party that you're allowed to show up to early, where it's literally not rude to show up like, 30 hours early and be like, hey, what's up? Um, Also so grapes is the link below. No, shit. I'll find the link and I'll go post it right now. It's literally also posted on the channel as an upcoming live, the only other one, but I'm literally doing it right now. Share, copy link. Then I come over here and I'm gonna post it right here, paste. Oh, fuck. Somebody already added fucking command for it, which is good. Thank you so much. 12 engagement rings, Miss Carrie. Fucking love it. I am really wanting all of us to approach this new year with integrity, self-worth, value, reflection upon ourselves and our responsibility in certain things and how our actions now impact how those actions are affecting our past. I think that if you don't have grapes, don't worry about it. And lots of sex, of course. If you don't have grapes, don't worry about it. There literally is like a scheduled 15-minute time of self-reflection in the party that we are going to go ahead and just take a moment. And here's the thing. What I want us all to do is reflect within our own abilities, which is unfortunately for some people literally painfully small. The ability to feel for others, to understand the repercussions of our actions, words, stories, is unfortunately not available to everybody. I know. It's hard to believe. But if that shocks you, then what that means is that it's your responsibility to be the bigger person. If you're like, what? Oh, it's okay.
Do you swear or affirm to translate from Spanish to English, English to Spanish to the best of your ability?
I do.
All right, thank you. Mr. Gonzalez,
Señor González,
would you please, and also Senor Riviera, would you both raise your right hand?
el señor González y el señor Rivera, por favor, los dos levanten su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that any information you tell the court today will be the truth? If so, say I do.
Jura usted y afirma que cualquier información que usted le dé a la corte en el día de hoy va a ser la verdad. Si así lo jura, diga lo juro.
Lo juro, lo juro.
I do. I do.
All right, thank you. You can put your hands down.
But most of tomorrow evening will be spent literally going through a list of judicial officials and deciding if it is smash or pass with them. If you're already a member here, you already have some emojis, and I pray I'm going to work on new ones. Chris, you're great. Don't you worry about you. You do you, boo. Here's the thing. We all want to reflect upon ourselves, and I'm not trying to be like all high and mighty. Listen, we're going to do some really honest reflection about my last year. That's part of what this is. And so but I also would appreciate if everybody else did a little bit of the same. You don't have to, but you can. Smash, pass, mask, sack. I'm not sure if that's referring to like unaliving somebody, Heather, but I don't know if we can advocate that. I think that it's difficult for me because I am on the screen. And while you or other people, like there are some people that say that, like, not here, I'll be honest, like you guys are overwhelmingly very positive towards me, and I thank you for that and appreciate that. But like when I make guest appearances on other channels or I don't know, whatever, I've seen some comments about me being annoying or me being whatever. And I get that a lot. Uh, but I appreciate each of you guys that are very positive, like overwhelmingly positive. But I do understand that this is not for everybody. And but what I do also want to point out is that I spend a lot of time live, really. A lot of creators spend much more time than I do editing videos, 1000%. But editing a video is a little bit different than being live. Not that there's anything better or worse about it, but what I feel like is that for better or for worse, you're presented with me, and this is a real me. And I don't get to be multiple people. I don't get to put on different personas necessarily. I I come to the table as me every single day, but the what that gives me is that I am genuine to a point on what I share. Oh, Mayor, don't have chest pressure. That's not good. Somebody needs to check on Mayor. Can we get a welfare check on Mayor, please? Um, I It's just difficult. It's difficult because it's a different it's a different job to be a subscriber and a chatter and a commenter and a liker and a critiquer and all of those things as opposed to being a creator. But I'm also a commenter and a liker and a subscriber to many, many other channels. And so it's hard for me to also balance both. Um, And part of that is just, yeah, Mayor, calm down. Take some deep breaths. Do you know what? You can either smell the flowers, deep breath in, and then blow out the candles. Breathe, deep breath out. Smell the flowers. Go ahead and blow out the candles. Seriously, guys, let's all do it together. Come on, I'm teaching you something. Smell the flowers through your nose. Blow out the candles through your mouth. That works really well on kids. And when they are having a problem, you can give them a choice. Do you need to smell some flowers or blow some candles? And then they get a choice. Um, who's what's going? Who's blocked? Who needs blocked? Everybody has their own block button, though, right? We have blocked a few people, but we'll see how we get. Anyways, tomorrow is going to be New Year's. We're going to have a lot of different fun things to do. Oh, I'm sure he has. But yeah, utilize the personal block buttons. Everyone needs to smell a cup of cheese. Wendy, breaking the ice, gifting memberships. I love you. Raven, thank you. Wendy, thank you firstly. Raven, recently, I remember 2 specific comments from Raven. I remember a lot of comments from all of you guys, just so you know. But Raven once told me I was thick with like 3 C's. I laughed so hard. And then also advised me on my blush, which I appreciate. Thanks, Raven. And thank you so much, Wendy. Appreciate you doing that. I think Raven's real as any of us are. I don't know. I don't even know. You know what's funny is like the choker I was wearing last night made my neck look a little slim. This one doesn't make my neck look so slim. Let's continue. We'll watch the rest of this. It's obviously an interpreter case because, like I said, that's how we do. Baby boo. Baby boo. Oh, somebody unsubscribed. I'm sure it was somebody. People unsubscribe all the time. William, that's cool. Like 50 a month unsubscribe.
Gracias y pueden bajar sus manos.
Mr. Gonzalez, you've been charged with simple assault, family violence. That bond is $3,000.
Señor González, a usted se le acusa de agresión corporal, violencia doméstica y su fianza es de $3,000.
As a condition of your bond, you can't have any contact with Robin De Jesus.
Como una de las condiciones de su fianza, usted no puede tener ningún tipo de contacto con Robin de Jesús.
You also cannot go back to 276 Upper Riverdale Road in apartment 17D in Jonesboro.
Usted tampoco puede regresar a la 276 Upper Riverdale Road en el apartamento 7B en Jonesboro.
If you have
17B, por favor. Perdón.
If you have personal items, you can call the sheriff's office and make an appointment to retrieve those items from that location.
Si usted tiene artículos personales en ese lugar, usted puede llamar a la comisaría para que lo escorten a retirar esos artículos personales.
Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
¿Entiende usted las condiciones de su fianza?
Sí.
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 13th if you do not make your bond.
Su audiencia preliminar está programada para el día 13 de febrero si usted no paga su fianza y sale.
If you post your bond and you're released, you will receive notice in the mail when to come back to court.
Si usted paga su fianza y lo ponen en libertad, usted va a recibir un citatorio por correo indicándole cuándo usted tiene que regresar a la corte.
Do you understand that, sir?
¿Entiende usted eso, señor?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Gracias, señor González.
All right. Mr. Riviera Garcia.
Señor Rivera García.
You've been charged with improper U-turn. That bond is $500.
A usted se le acusa de dar la vuelta en U y su fianza
Racing,
de manera inapropiada y su fianza de $500
racing on the highways or streets is $5,000.
y de echar carreras en los expresos o en las carreteras, su fianza es de $5,000.
Improper muffler is $500.
De tener el muffler inapropiado es $500.
Driving with a suspended license is $1,500.
De manejar con su licencia suspendida es de $1,500.
Tenant window violation is $500.
De tener una infracción por tener los cristales polarizados, su fianza es de $500.
Failure to stop at a stop sign is $500.
De no pararse en un pare es $500.
Fleeing from a police officer is $2,000.
Y de huir de la policía es de $2,000.
Improperly starting a vehicle is $500.
De encender un vehículo de manera inapropiada es $500.
So your total bond is $11,000.
O sea que su fianza total es de $11,000.
You can make that bond by going through a bonding company.
Usted puede pagar esa fianza usando una compañía de fianzas.
They take approximately 15% of the total amount of your bond.
Y ellos le cobran aproximadamente el 15% de la cantidad total de su fianza.
Or you can post the bond in cash directly to the sheriff's office.
O usted puede pagar su fianza en efectivo directamente a la comisaría.
You can also use real property to post your bond, and it would have to have 3 times the amount of equity in the property. In your case, would be $33,000 worth of equity.
Y usted también puede usar una propiedad para pagar su fianza, la cual tenga un valor capital neto que sea por lo menos 3 veces la cantidad total de su fianza. En su caso sería un 33%.
Your next court date is on February the 14th.
Su próxima corte está programada para el 14 de febrero.
If you do not make your bond, that will be the next time you come to court.
Si usted no paga su fianza y sale, esa va a ser la próxima vez que usted va a ir a la corte.
If you make your bond and you're released from custody, you will receive notice when to come back to court.
Si usted paga su fianza y lo ponen en libertad, usted va a recibir una notificación informándole cuándo tiene que regresar a la corte.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende usted?
Bueno, aparecería el bono para pagar.
The defendant is breaking up, Judge. The interpreter is going to request for the defendant to repeat what he said. Repita, señor, que no le pude escuchar bien.
¿Cuándo podría pagar el bono para salir?
When can I pay the bond to be able to get out?
As soon as they receive the paperwork when we finish court.
Tan pronto ellos reciban la documentación y nosotros terminemos esta audiencia.
Entonces ahorita todavía no aparece.
So right now it's not going to show.
No, it won't show because we're still talking to you. When we finish with every defendant, they will have the paperwork to input it so that you can get bonded out.
No, todavía no va a aparecer porque nosotros estamos hablando con usted. Cuando nosotros terminemos de hablar con cada uno de los acusados y ellos procesen la documentación, entonces usted va a poder pagar su fianza.
All right, take care, Mr. Rivera Garcia.
Okay, cuídese, señor Rivera García.
All right, thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You are welcome, Your Honor. You have a happy new year.
You too, thank you, bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right, are you Miss Bogle? All right, Miss Bogle, you were charged with criminal trespass. After review the documentation, I've dismissed that charge, so you'll be released sometime today.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
What's your last name?
Miss Costello.
Oh my God, they all dismiss all over the place. Hit the big D in the chat. Wow. Crazy. Again.
Ms. Costello, your case will have to be continued for tomorrow. The officer has to complete the rest of his paperwork. So you'll be back tomorrow morning with a different judge. Thank you. Ms. James? All right, Ms. James, you've been charged with family violence battery. That bond is $10,000. 2 counts of cruelty to the children is $3,000 on each count. As a condition of bond, you cannot have any contact with Nishan Marius Hippolytes, and you're unable to return to 12202 Conrad Circle in Lovejoy, Georgia. You can go with the sheriff to retrieve any undisputed personal property that may be at that location. Do you understand the conditions of being granted bond today?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be on February the 13th. And based on your application, I have appointed an attorney to assist you. Hold on, let me make sure. How much money do you approximately earn a month?
Say that again?
How much money do you approximately earn a month? I didn't hear you.
In a month, I don't work right now. I just moved from New York to Atlanta.
Okay, based on that information, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, are you Miss Jones?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, Miss Jones, you have been charged with driving without a license. That bond is 1,000. Hit and run is 1,500. An improper lane change is 500. So your total bond is $3,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 13th if you're unable to make your bond. And I have appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
She got time, I'm saying. She's still got time. Yes, okay, man. You good?
All right, are you Miss Prillman?
No.
What's your name?
Lawler.
Take it a minute.
Oh, Miss Lawler?
Yes, ma'am.
You take it a
All
minute.
right, hold on, Miss Lawler.
You take it a minute.
Okay. Ms. Lala, based on the warrantless arrest affidavit submitted, I found insufficient probable cause that your charges have been dismissed.
Thank you so much, girl.
The big D, the big D. Oh my God, you guys, I have fucking like uncanny ability to pick dismissal cases. Seriously, how often do you see cases dismissed like this? You don't. It's Clayton County specific. They dismiss cases fucking left, right, and center. Love it. The big D.
All right, you're welcome. Take care.
I work for you, Bill.
All right, Ms. Prillman. All right, Ms. Prillman, you've been charged with possession of a weapon during the commission of the crime. That bond is $5,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $4,000. Use or possession of drug-related objects is $1,000. Loitering or prowling is $1,000. Cruelty to children is $10,000. And on trafficking cocaine, the law does not allow me to set a bond on that charge at first appearance. You'll have to go before a superior court judge on your trafficking charge. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 14th, and you'll have a bond hearing date on February the 16th. And I have appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Dang, she's in jail to February 16th. Sashina, do not respond. Give them another task, like a little puzzle or something that they can organize. I don't know. You're not gonna subdue a paranoid person or assure them or assuade them or persuade them. But you could probably, I don't know, ask them to organize yarn or card wool. I don't know. Think about something like that.
How y'all doing? Y'all all right?
All right, are you Miss Sonia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Miss Sonia, you've been charged with theft by receiving stolen property. That bond is $5,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February if you don't make your bond, and I have appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you Miss Tankara? Ms. Tankara, you've been charged with criminal trespass. That bond is $2,000. As a condition of bond, you cannot go back to the airport unless you are a ticketed and confirmed passenger. Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is on the 13th. If you don't make your bond, then I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you. All right, what's your name?
Roberto Alegria Jr.
Okay. All right, Mr. Alegrio, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce. That bond is $1,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $4,000. And giving a false name, address, or date of birth is $1,500. So your total bond is $6,500. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 14th. And from my understanding, you refused to fill out the application. Is that correct? You're gonna hire your own attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions?
So I have bond on all three of my charges.
That's correct.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. You're welcome. Take care.
Where you going? Go, yes, sir.
All right. Are you Mr. Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Anderson, you've been charged with terroristic threat to act. That bond is $3,000. As a condition, you can't have any contact with Charles Jordan. You cannot go back to Rumors located at 3950 Jonesboro Road in Forest Park, Georgia. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February if you don't make your bond. Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Are you Mr. Ba?
Hey, are you the judge?
Are you Mr. Ba?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, Mr. Ba, you've been charged with aggravated assault. That bond is $20,000. Cruelty to children is $5,000. Your total bond is $25,000. As a condition of bond, you cannot have any contact with Hung V. Ho. Do you understand the condition of your bond?
Ma'am,
I'm sorry, what? With who? I'm sorry, what? We have to watch that again. Let's just watch him walk in here.
Are you Mr. Ba?
Hey, are you the judge?
Are you Mr. Ba?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, Mr. Ba, you've been charged with aggravated assault. That bond is $20,000. Cruelty to children is $5,000. Your total bond is $25,000. As a condition of bond, you cannot have any contact with Hung V. Ho. Do you understand the condition of your bond?
Hung V. Ho. You cannot have any contact with Hung V. Ho. I'm sure it's some name that is not to be made fun of, Paisley.
Ma'am, can I say something, ma'am?
No, when you finish answering my questions, you can ask any questions.
Yeah.
Do you understand the condition of the bond?
Yes, the bond is high, yes.
Right.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually very interesting way to respond to that. Do you understand the conditions of your bond? Yeah, the bond is high. Well, that does mean that you listened.
Do you understand you can't have any contact with Hung V. Ho?
That's my dad. Yes, ma'am.
I understand that. Do you also understand you can't have any contact with your dad, Hung V. Ho, as a condition of being granted bond?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
All right. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 14th. Are you currently employed anywhere?
employed.
Yes.
As of next year, I will be employed.
Is he only saying that because next year is also Monday? Exclamation mark Monday? Seriously, does this version of this story only work at this time of year? Fucking shit. I start next year, Your Honor, on Monday.
Do the
Okay.
labor.
All right, I've appointed
But
him.
I'll say
Hold on, let me finish, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions.
yes.
Based on your application and what you just shared with me, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. What's your
Yeah.
question?
He put his hands on me first, so I self-defense. Don't talk about it.
Okay, so that would be something you'll take up at a trial, and I've appointed an attorney to assist you to help you with that defense. Do you have any questions for me?
Do I have to be here until February 14th or
No, you're able to bond out today.
Thank God, Your Honor. I have Valentine's Day plans already, and been working on them for a couple months now. February 14th, honestly, only day in my calendar that I'm working on. So this is really like literally cramping my style. Um, oh, does she know that we're going on a Valentine's Day? No, not yet.
I'm able to bond out today, ma'am?
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All right, good afternoon. What's your name?
Brandon Cooper.
All right. Mr. Cooper, you've been charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That bond is $6,000. That's the one that's intent to distribute. And then you have a possession violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That's $4,000, and defective headlights is $1,000. So your total bond is $11,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February. If you don't make your bond, and based on your application, I have appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
All right, what's your name?
McKinley Denton.
You said,
Did you say McKinley? There's a mountain near where I live called Mount McKinley. That's all I can think of.
McKinley Denson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Denson, based on the warrantless arrest affidavit, I find insufficient probable cause, so I've dismissed that charge today.
Big D! Big D for McKinley! Oh my God. The big D for McKinley. I'll, Miss Carrie, put your email address to me. I have Sashina's email address. I'll connect you. Do that.
You'll be released sometime today, sir. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, are you Mr. Dorsey?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dorsey, you were charged with simple battery. However, the officer didn't complete the paperwork correctly so that I could hold you on this charge. So you'll be released sometime today. I do want to, hold on. I want to let you know the prosecutor's office, they're going to probably correct this. So you'll probably get a court date, but for purposes of today, you'll be released.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. All right, are you Mr. Few?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Few, you've been charged with theft by shoplifting. That bond is $4,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is $1,500. So your total bond is $5,500. As a condition of bond, you cannot go back to the Walmart located at 2940 Anvil Block in Ellenwood, Georgia. Do you understand the conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February. And how much approximately do you earn a month at your job?
Oh no, it really be like different days. Like I say about like four, 500 if I go like for a week.
I just need an average for the month. What do you average?
Probably like 2,000, 3,000.
Okay, based on that, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you. All right, are you Mr. Fisher?
Mr. Fisher, yes, ma'am.
No, you said Fisher, right, Troy?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been charged with criminal trespass. The bond is 2,000. You cannot go back to the airport unless you are a ticketed and confirmed passenger. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Your preliminary hearing date is on the 13th. Are you currently working anywhere?
No, ma'am.
All right, based on that information, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
Sure. Listen, I was up there, like,
No, sir, fucking shut up. These people are they just don't fucking get it. 14 more minutes. Fine, 14 more minutes. We'll do 14 more minutes. But these people don't get it. She's not going to help you. Don't talk to her. Just be quiet.
Questions, not statements. Do you have
Chris, thank you so much. Sweet. Thank you so much for all your support this year. I really appreciate it. Seriously. Thank you so much. Is Planet Fitness open on holidays? Is Planet Fitness closed is the question.
do you have any questions? Can I get an OR? I was just trying to get a plane ticket.
Unfortunately, you can't get one based on your criminal history. I've already considered it.
Right, no, look good.
All right, take care. All right, Mr. Gaines,
My bill again?
2,000.
All right.
All right, Mr. Gaines, you've been charged with aggravated stalking. Your bond has been denied. You have a preliminary hearing date on February the 14th and the bond hearing date on February the 16th. I've appointed an attorney to assist you. They may be able to.
Chris, you try very well because you both donate often and gift often, but you also fucking comment very often on videos. I love it. I love reading when you're like, I was like number 33 and I watched this on this day. And I'm like, I fucking love the posterity here. Like, it's so great. Only could be improved upon time stamping me funny parts that I will later make into videos, but that's a lot to ask. So I just appreciate everything you already do. Also, Sashina, delete that because I fucking already emailed both of you guys.
Actually work out a consent bond before that date. Somebody will be down to the jail to come talk to you next week. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. Somebody killing myself, man. Somebody killing myself. 7. I'll do the 7. You know where it's going, right? No, they'll seal that. Thank you so much.
All right. Are you Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Harris, you've been charged with aggravated assault. That bond is 20,000. Battery is 4,000. Criminal damage in the second degree is 1,000. She total bond is $25,000. As a condition of being granted bond, you cannot have any contact with Michael Dixon. You cannot go back to 1736 Rock Court Road in Conley, Georgia. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Her preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February. And how much do you earn a month?
I earn nothing currently. I've been locked
All
up
right.
for months.
Based on that information, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, you got a
Are you Mr. Hawthorne?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Hawthorne, you were charged with driving on a suspended license, having no insurance and no registration. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be on February the 13th. I've appointed a lawyer to assist you, and you'll be released sometime today, sir. Take care.
Hey, so, hold on. Back out. Hold on, come here.
All right, are you Mr. Height?
No.
What's your name?
Israel. Last name
Oh,
Israel.
Israel. All right, stay there. All right, Mr. Israel, you have been charged with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That bond is 4,000. Driving with a suspended or revoked license is 1,500. Improper left turn is 250.
Did she already get rid of it? because I swore I saw it too, and I was going back to get rid of it. But I can't. But I also just noticed that this video has 51 likes already. Thank you. I love you guys so fucking much.
So your total bond is $5,750. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th. If you don't make your bond, if you make your bond, you'll get notice when you come back to court, and I've appointed a lawyer to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, man.
All right, thank you.
You gotta sign something? Your Honor, this is Mr. Height. What's his last name?
All right, Mr. Hyde, you've been charged with criminal trespass. Your bond is $2,000. You cannot go back to the airport unless you are a ticketed and confirmed passenger. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 13th. And
Okay, cool.
based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Thank you, sir. You have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, thank you. Take care.
Slide down.
Chris, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate you so much. I don't know when that'll show up from Streamlabs. Fucking mark that shit down on the year-end review for Streamlabs. But thank you to Chris. Mark that down on the year-end review. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you.
Are you Mr. Jenkins?
That's one.
All right. Mr. Jenkins, you've been charged with speeding. That bond is $500, and driving on a suspended or revoked license is $1,500. So your total bond is $2,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 13th. If you don't make bond, if you make bond, you will get notice in the mail when it come back to court.
Yes.
And you plan on hiring your own attorneys? I see you didn't fill out this application for lawyer. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Take care. All right, are you Mr. Lovett?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Lovett, you've been charged with battery. That bond is $4,000. Criminal damage in the second degree is $1,000, and obstructing or hindering a 911 emergency telephone call is $1,000. So your total bond is $6,000. As a condition of bond, you can't have any contact with Sade McGrew. You cannot go back to 2409 Summer Court Drive in Jonesboro, Georgia. If you have any undisputed property still at that location for whatever reason, you have to go with the sheriff's officer to obtain it. Do you understand those conditions of being granted bond?
Yes, ma'am. What is this?
Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 14th. Yeah, if you don't make your bond, and I've appointed an attorney to assist you, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you, sir.
You gotta sign something? Go back. Yeah.
All right, are you Mr. Maddox?
Yes.
Mr. Maddox, you've been charged with criminal trespass. The bond is $2,000. You cannot go back to the airport unless you are a confirmed and ticketed passenger. Do you understand that?
So once in the airport, it was Martyr.
Oh, look at her side eye. Oh my God. Mikey, have you ever been banned from an airport? How many times? Last night I talked about people being banned from the airport. You were hanging out with Bishop? No. Pics or it didn't happen. Pics or video or it didn't happen is what people will say. That's awesome though. I'm so glad that you guys got together. You had a good time. The airport has been such a crazy place here. Look at her bombastic side eye that she's giving. Seriously. She's got like literally bombastic side eye for this guy. And he's making what might be a valid point. He's like, I wasn't at the airport. I was on a MARTA bus, which is like the Metro Atlanta Regional Transit Authority, MARTA. And so that's why, so maybe he was on a MARTA bus that was on the way, or a MARTA transit option. There's Mike already, and there's Mikey. You'll have to do a weird command, Miss Carrie. That's why I won't add. Anyways, so my theory is that perhaps he was on the way to the airport. I don't know, but glad to hear that you're hanging out with Bishop. The lore continues about that. Did he know that you were in Florida?
Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 13th. And I guess, are you planning to hire your own attorney? Or you
No,
want to be considered for a court-appointed attorney?
yes,
All right, are you currently employed anywhere?
no.
All right, I've appointed a lawyer to assist you, sir. Take care. Mr. Raines?
Oh, put it back in the myself.
All right, Mr. Raines, you've been charged with theft by shoplifting. That bond is $2,000. You've been charged with possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. That bond is $3,000. And I dismiss the terroristic threats and acts charge because the required elements weren't listed. As a condition, so your total bond is $5,000. As a condition of bond, you cannot go back to Happy Stop Mart at 622 Allen Drive in Riverdale, Georgia. Do you understand the conditions of bond? You say yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your preliminary hearing date is on February the 14th if you don't make your bond, and I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
So it's 5,000 or 6,000?
It's 5,000 total. Any other questions?
15% of that is what?
Did you have any other questions?
15% of that is how?
Yeah, 15% of 5,000. Yeah, about between 550 and 600.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
In on the highway too. I don't even.
All right, are you Mr. Frederick Scott?
No, I'm Stuart Williams here.
Stuart, okay, stay right there.
No, Scott,
All right, Mr. Stewart, you've been charged with, I gotta say that, you've been charged with cruelty to children. That bond, hold on, let me. All right, Scott. All right, here we go. You've been charged with cruelty to children in third degree. That bond is 10,000. Aggravated assault, that bond has been denied, and battery is 10,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th. You have a bond hearing date on the 16th. If your attorney isn't able to work one out before then, and so you haven't started the job yet. All right, so I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
How much is the bond?
You have 10,000 on the misdemeanors and aggravated assault. You don't have a bond set on that one.
Mikey, did you get everything that you want for Christmas? I know you got some really cool gifts, but you had to delay Christmas because of sickness. So did you get everything that you wanted? Did you gift everything you wanted to gift? That's actually a good question. Because, as you grow older and you become an adult, it's more about the gifting than the getting that I've found. But I'll ask anyways. You gifted or did you're going on a trip with Bishop? That sounds like fun. Everyone wants to know if you got your penis pumped because of that video that you watched for members only. Not to do with me. That's to do with members only.
So I have a bond?
You have a bond on the misdemeanors, but not the felonies. So the next time you'll be in court, if your lawyer doesn't get a bond before then, it's gonna be on the 14th of February. All right. Thank you.
You got time? Scott, I'm down time. Let me turn around for you.
Are you Mr. Stringer?
Right now, I'm putting Mr. Scott, Your Honor. We was going by.
That's Mr. Scott.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, they didn't, the officer has to complete your paperwork, so you'll be back in court tomorrow, sir.
Okay.
All right. All right, and you, Mr. Stringer?
Sure.
All right, Mr. Stringer, you've been charged with?
Oh, I don't know why I'm here.
Okay, so because of the nature of the charges,
What? Because the nature of the charges, what are you gonna do, lady? What are you gonna do? Shit. I shouldn't have paused it.
I'm gonna complete everybody else and then I'll bring you back up.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Mr. Terrell.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Terrell.
Way to not single somebody out while entirely singling them out. Hey, fucker, come over here. What you did was so heinous that I don't want to say it in front of everybody else over here. So we're going to get you to go ahead and wait to the side, and then we'll deal with your heinous crimes later.
You've been charged with driving under the influence. That bond is 5,000. Speeding is 2,500. Open container is 500, and improper lane change is 500. So your total bond is $8,500. Your preliminary hearing date is on the Your preliminary hearing date is on the 13th. If you don't make your bond, based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, okay, you said my bond is 8,500.
Yes. So about 15% is through a bonding company.
Did you guys just hear somebody say I love you? I would swear to God, somebody just said I love you. Listen very closely. I promise. Listen, okay?
Your bond. Based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions?
No, okay, you said my bond is 8,500.
Yes. So about 15% is through a bonding company.
All right.
All right, thank you, sir.
I'm good. I'm done. What's your last name?
All right, are you Mr. Todd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Todd, you have a lot of charges. So here we go. You've been charged with possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime is 5,000. Possession of firearm is 3,000. Trafficking cocaine is no bond set on that because I'm not allowed by law to set one at first appearance. You'll have to see a superior court judge for that. You have possession of controlled substance at 4,000. Use of possession of drug-related objects is 1,000. Loitering or prowling is 1,000. Cruelty to children is 10,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th. The bond hearing date on the 16th. You may get a bond before then if your lawyer is able to work one out with the DA's office. You have been appointed an attorney. Do you have any questions? All right, take care, sir.
Straight line to the right.
All right, are you Mr. Wyndham? All right, you've been charged with entering auto. That bond is 5,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act is 4,000. And use or possession of drug-related objects is 1,000. So your total bond is 10,000. Your preliminary hearing date is on the 14th of February. If you do not make your bond, based on your application, I've appointed an attorney to assist you. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you. Can you bring the that fugitive person? Who is this? Clark.
Where they going? Get by. Okay.
All right, Mr. Clark, hold on. All right, Mr. Clark, you're in court today because you have been charged with being a fugitive from justice. You don't have any charges pending here.
Ooh, a fugitive from justice as one of our last cases. Where is he a fugitive from? Ladies and gentlemen, get your guesses in. Which state wants him back? That's the question that we ask. Here's the thought. It's not Georgia. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. But which state took everything I had not to say province? Which state wants him back other than Georgia? I'm seeing Texas. I'm seeing Florida. I'm seeing Mississippi. I am thinking, Florida is coming up a couple times. Which kind? Ohio, Kansas. Ooh, these are good choices. Is MS Mississippi or Missouri? Mississippi. Pass says no, we don't want him. Iowa, Chris says Quebec. Loud Elvis says, I don't think you guys extradite to Quebec. Indiana, Sashina says, no more bets. That's it. Thank you, Miss Carrie.
In Clayton County. You are being charged with being a fugitive from the state of Tennessee for aggravated assault, warrant number 230-12326. You can contest your extradition, in which you'll be committed to the.
I fucked up the green screen. See that? Look, we'll fix it though. Hi, Loud Elvis. I just literally ripped off the green screen because I was jumping around, but that's okay. I have two. Tennessee. Nobody said that. Make sure you clock in for your shift. Let's see what the rest of this docket has to say. If there's any others, we'll see.
Clayton County Jail for an initial period of 30 days, in which time the governor will sign a waiver for extradition for you. You will not be granted a bond because you're being charged with being a fugitive. If you do not wish to voluntarily to return to Tennessee, you can file a writ of habeas corpus challenging your detention, and you can challenge whether the extradition documents are valid on their face, whether you're actually charged with a crime in Tennessee, whether you're actually the person named in the warrant, and whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest your innocence or your guilt in the state of Georgia. You can waive your extradition process and you can voluntarily return to Tennessee. And I can't tell you exact date that they will come for you, but they did indicate that they will extradite. So are you in fact Lil Daryl Clark?
No.
All right. Do you already have an attorney assisting you with this?
No.
Okay. Did you want to contest your extradition, or did you want to waive it and voluntarily return back to Tennessee?
Waive it.
All right, so they have the paperwork there. You have to find each of the forms. Once the forms are received, I'll sign on my end, and that will begin the process to get you back to the state of Tennessee. Do you have any questions? All right, take care.
Okay, fine. We got one more person.
Okay. It should be Mr. Stringer.
Right.
Okay, all right, Mr. Stringer. So you have some pretty serious charges here. So let me
I
tell
don't
you.
even know. That's why I said I don't even know. I was not
I
here.
know. That's why I'm about to tell you.
Somebody-
So the first charge you were charged with is child molestation. Hold on 1 second, but I can't say the victims.
Wow. Well, obviously, if I had that rest of that, I would play it. I don't. And I didn't know that was going to happen. That's not good, obviously. He was already, the way he said it all, exactly, Miss Carrie. Like, all he had to do was act the way he acted with his arms flapping like that. And I was just like, whatever, put him in the fucking jail. Let them handle it. Let them handle it. That was frustrating. But that's the way that is. Anyways, you guys listen. All right, I am going to stay over here. Listen, you guys, I hope that everybody has had a wonderful evening. If you have just dropped by for the first time, welcome. If you drop by for the first time in a while, welcome back. If you're here every night, welcome and thank you. Please make sure that you like the video. That's super duper important. Courtney, I know, but we've been going almost 4 hours and I literally have about 7 things that I have to do for tomorrow night so that tomorrow night is the best New Year's that we're all gonna have. I promise you. As internet geeks, I feel like I can make it happen, okay? But I need tonight to do it into tomorrow. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm gonna like be awake tonight into tomorrow, into New Year's, and then I will sleep in 2024. Please remember that I love you. I'm proud of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Please do check your TV schedules for Credence and Mikey apparently are going to be doing a live tomorrow, so please go visit them earlier. I'm sure I'll be there too. And then come here for 7:45 Pacific, which is 10:45 East. I've realized I sort of live on the fucking East Coast time now a little bit because I was like, God, it's so late. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, it's 5:45, Paisley. It's not, you haven't even eaten. Anyways, I love you guys. I'm proud of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Also, don't forget your grapes. Please pick up your grapes or other sweet items to eat 12 of at your midnight for tomorrow. Bye.